Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another awesome episode of Evolve with Anastasia, the talk show. I'm so happy to be speaking to Dean today, and I can't wait for him to share his story with us. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can get all notifications to all my future upcoming interviews and videos. And let's jump in. Tell us a bit about who you are, Dean. Who is this amazing person?
Oh, good. Good question. Like you hit it straight there. Well, hi everybody. I'm Dean. So I'm originally from a small little province in the Philippines. So I grew up there until I was 17 and, never explored anything. Just grew up in the province, and then all of a sudden I had to travel halfway around the world to join my family over in the UK.
Okay.
So all my experience is, I think, when it hit like 17, when like my first plane ride going here, and then I had to stop over in Dubai for 6 hours by myself. I'm just like, oh my God. So yeah, I've been living in the UK ever since. So I had my first job here, and I've been on a hospitality industry since then. Well, my first job is when I was 19. So like a lot of people like started like 16 and stuff, like I was like a spoiled little grandma's boy growing up. So, and then with my mom and dad over here, I kind of like learned all the basics again, finished my university here, and then it's a roller coaster for me. However, hospitality is where I end up doing for my career.
Cool. And what do you do in the hospitality industry? Like, go a bit deeper in there. What is it that you do?
Sure. Where I started first working as a customer assistant, like in a catering in a theme park in the UK, and then obviously I just worked my way up there. I was obviously, while I was at university, that kind of gave me the part-time job that I need, my side hustle, if you like, while I was at uni. And obviously after my uni, they kind of like offered me like a management position, and then kind of worked my way of like running weddings, planning weddings.
Wow.
So that's kind of like what I did from the last 5-6 years. So yeah, probably like run more than 100 weddings already before.
Wow,
It's
that's
amazing.
very, very cool. And do you enjoy it? Is it something that you enjoy doing?
Yes, I do. Well, it's just quite very long hours. Sometimes, it's a 16-hour shift. You need to be there from beginning to end. That's what I love doing. And right now, I'm now part of it's kind of like a corporate catering now. So I kind of left that like kind of last year to move into this in central London. So I work there now, but it's still like under hospitality industry, but kind of more like on a business times. So Monday to Friday and stuff like that, which is good. Kudos to the company I'm working now, because like I kind of like I've never been in a better place. But at the moment with pandemic with quarantine, obviously no people means no business. So we're currently in furlough, but like they're looking after us very well. So I can't complain.
That's good. That's good. And what is it that made you decide to look at something else? Because it sounds like you really do enjoy your job, but a lot of people know through the pandemic had to now start looking for something else. So what was your reason for looking at starting a business online?
See, that's the thing. Everything else is coming from a great place. Personally, it's probably the worst first quarter of the year, or like probably in my life. I actually was going through back in March or early April. I was going through a 9-year relationship breakup.
Oh my.
And then furlough just hit. So obviously I got nothing to do. My plans were like all over the place. And then all of a sudden I saw like the advert from Oscar, and I kind of like just entertain it. Okay, see what is this? I'm on my 30s. So right now I felt like I'm working in a cycle where like I'm stuck in an industry that I'm just working my way up to something, but my time, I don't have a freedom of my time. Like, I can't just go anywhere
Mm.
if I wanted to, you know? So, and then so I start looking, and then I keep on saying to my coach, because I'm under the Become the Change. So my coach here, and I keep on saying, this is probably the best silver lining I could ever get. Like, finding this area where I can actually start building my own business.
Mm.
And they're actually really great. So yeah, so that's how
Okay.
I found it. I found it I was on my darkest place, but like now I'm just like, you know what? I'm a business owner now.
Yeah, that's a good
Click
thing.
here.
And how long have you been in the online business industry? Like, how long have you had your business now? And how's your experience been?
Well, oh my gosh. Well, so I met them like first, like kind of week of April, and then we joined this kind of the mindset challenge
I remember
that
that,
week,
yes.
which is like where yeah, so we're just helping each other just like go through this lockdown and stuff, so which is really great. And then I kind of believe in the business already before. Like I said, I really want to do this. However, it hit me kind of like a financial block, if you
Okay.
like on May, and say, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't invest on anything. Like, you know, I've been probably I'm like the confession of a shopaholic. I was like, I keep on saying that to everybody. Like, I keep on, like, you know, I'm okay, like I don't go on too much like kind of expenditure, but obviously in terms of disposable income, in terms of investment, like I don't have the savings. It's like, okay, there's a nice shirt over there, there's a nice stuff over there. So you know, I was so bad, and then lately I have just to start to really look. And then I got my business for at least probably a couple weeks now. So just beginning of June, I kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I'll do it. And I think this is the best time to do it because I'm currently in furlough, so I have all the time in my hands
Mm.
to you know to just nourish this business while I have all the focus. Um, and then while I'm in furlough, you don't know what's gonna happen in the future when we come back or something. At least
Mm.
I'm kind of like doing this to kind of get it bigger,
Yes.
like by
Okay.
the end of
I
yeah.
understand what you mean. So, what do you say? What would you say are you most excited about with your new business? What makes you excited when you think about it?
Well, you know, when I started this business, obviously what I was just thinking before is like my own freedom, my time, location based and traveling and all this stuff, get out of that office work and stuff. But
Mm.
what excites me the most is I'm actually with my Instagram or my brand building up in social media.
Mm.
It's literally knowing and meeting a lot of people. There's so many people out there that's like on the same mindset as
Mm.
everybody. And it's kind of, you know what, when they say focus on the people that's very much like you and your
Mm.
mindset, and like don't worry about the naysayers and
Yes.
the haters and the stuff. So like, yeah, this is what I was learning, you know, reframing everything. So yeah, I'm excited to meet so many more people out there.
Good. That's a good thing to be excited about. And like you said, there are so many like-minded people. And only when you come into this community, you're shocked. You're like, are there really so many people that have the same ideas and visions and goals and stuff like me? And it still amazes me today that I am surrounded by so many like-minded people. And I think we are very blessed to have the community that we do have, because I see it
Yeah.
as a bunch of, we're all these misfits. We have just come together, and together we are trying to change the world. And it's people that you would never think that are would want to change the world, that are now on a mission to change people's lives or help people change their lives and their situations. And I think we are just a group of
Mm-hmm.
people that want to break the normal of what we have been taught. Like,
Yes.
you have to trade your hours for money, you have to work a 9 to 5 job, you have to work in a corporate company. And here we are as this group of people, and we're just like, fuck that. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. You can have the life
Yeah.
that you want and that you desire. And I think if it wasn't for this community, I don't know if I ever would have come to that realization that the life that I desire is more than just a dream and can be a reality.
Yes. Well, you know what? Good that you mentioned that, because kudos to this community. You know, I never felt more inclusive in my life ever. Obviously coming to like a management or corporate position, like as you can say, I'm very flamboyant, you know. I grew up to be like taught to like just express yourself and be you. And sometimes it became a disadvantage on my, you know, previous jobs, because I get told off to say I'm too campy,
Yeah.
or, you know, straighten up more, or you need to behave like this, you need to sound like this, you need to be, you know, you need to be look like that, like very corporate person. And my persona is obviously kind of like the other way around. And so I have to kind of just hold myself a bit. And in this business, well, I'm my own business now, so I can show myself to everyone. You
And
know, it's
just be
probably not
you.
everyone's cup of tea,
Doesn't
but
matter.
I'm just gonna be me. And I hope I'm gonna inspire some people that, you know, if I'm doing this, so can they, you know?
Exactly. And I think that it doesn't really matter if there are people that you're not their cup of tea. Like, I'm also not a lot of people's cup of tea, but there are people that enjoy us. There are people that like us. There are people that look up to us. And I think even if it's just one person, it doesn't really matter, because I know that there are people out there that enjoy people like me and you. And like you say, in the corporate company, I have also been before told you're not allowed to dress that way, you're not allowed to act this way, you're not allowed to have tattoos, you're not allowed to have piercings. And it's hard because how are we supposed to express ourselves? And like for me, example, I'm a poet, and I never knew that I write poetry until I stepped out of being told who I need to be and started living and being who I wanted to be, to express myself and be who I am. And only then was I able to discover these hidden gifts and talents, poetry, music, those kind of things that I never even knew that I was good at. And I think that's a good example, like people like us that are just on a mission to teach people like to just be yourself, and you don't have to conform to everything that the world is doing, because you were made unique in your own special way. Like, why do we need to all be the same?
Preach, preach. It is.
So tell me, Dean, where do you see yourself in about 3 to 5 years within your new business? So what are your goals? Where are you heading?
You know what? I was funny you asked it now. If you asked me this probably 2 days ago, I'm probably just gonna say I just probably want to be like my coach, my mentors, you know, 4A, 5As and stuff. And then I get to watch one of the highest ranking in the business, you know, and he was so inspiring. And I said, like, you know what, 3 to 5 years son, you know, I can do that. Like, why not just set yourself at the biggest area and work your way up there, you know. You get it or not, at least you're probably farther than what you were supposed to be before.
Exactly.
So and I want to be like, I hope in 3 to 5 years time I'm also now empowering and developing other people who wants to have their own business online, and be that mentor to say, you know what, this is my backstory, this is what I've done, these are so many rejections, but you know what, I got out from it, so I'm here for you.
And I believe that 3 to 5 years, it's definitely possible. I mean, like you've mentioned, the people that are earning a lot of money, that are ranked higher there, it didn't take them 10, 20 years to get there. But even if it takes you 10, 20 years to get there, like you said, you're already one step ahead. You've already done something. So it doesn't matter how long it takes, but I don't believe that it will take that long, any of us, but just as long as you take that first step and move in the direction of that which you want. And I do believe that we have done so. And like you've also said, let's inspire other people to do the same and to realize that the life you desire is more than a possibility. Let me go into the next question. Do you believe that the online business world is the future? And if so, why?
Oh yeah, definitely. My degree at university, surprising enough, is computer science.
Oh, wow.
So 6 years ago, like, we're already studying everything AI, and you know, we do all this automated cameras and stuff like that. So I know we're going to a future where, like, the future is digital, you know. We don't even notice it, even like our day-to-day lives, that everything we do now is online. You know, we shop online, we buy our food online, you know, we can grocery online. Like, this pandemic just proved, you know, it proved that, like, you can do everything online. Like, imagine Netflix doesn't exist now. Like, if this happened 20 years ago, oh my gosh.
What would we have
so
done?
so I'm exactly. So I'm pretty sure what I'm saying is, online business is the next big thing. It's a multi-billion dollar company already, and it's rapidly growing. So why not jump in on the bandwagon now and be in the boat that heads to the.
Exactly. I also believe that it's just starting. Like what
Yes.
we are doing, it's just in like the beginning phases. And I do believe that in the next 5-10 years, it's really going to blow up. And like you mentioned, it's the best time to get on track now is just now. Just do it now. So while we're still in the beginning stages, we get to learn and we get to help other people and we get to grow. And I mean, the only thing we have is time, but we're not getting any younger. So the best time to do it is definitely
Exactly. Oh gosh,
now.
you mentioned that.
Don't worry, I
Yeah.
feel the
I'm
same.
not
I
getting any
feel the
younger.
same.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
not getting
seeing it
any
now.
younger. Okay, so let's
Exactly.
go to the last question, Dean. What advice do you have for other people your age? Say, for example, other people in the hospitality industry. Let's go that route. Other people that are in the hospitality industry, they love their jobs, but they also don't have the time, freedom, and the freedom that they desire. What advice would you give to them if they come to you and ask this online business thing? Do you think it's going to work? What is your advice to someone like that?
Well, literally, my advice to them is, they need to imagine themselves in 4 to 5 years and see themselves, are they just going to be, hospitality is not the best paid job anyway there is there. Like, and I'm gonna quote that as a fact to every viewers right there. So anyone is gonna object. But what I'm saying is, just imagine yourself 4 to 5 years time and you're earning something that you're only doing the less hours. Just imagine yourself working less than 8 hours a day or 10 hours for a week. So I'm just gonna say, just go for it because it will work. Like I said, I love my job, and those people that love their job as well, I love my job. Like, don't get me wrong, like, my company is probably the best place I've worked so far. However, you also need to look after you, and you need to think that as much as like how awesome or amazing you are in your industry, everybody is replaceable.
That's the
So,
scary
you
part.
know, that's the scary part. It scares me the most because I'm so much like, I'm also all out there. But then what if something happened to me badly or something just happened, it didn't work out? They can just literally find another dean to hire to start the next
Exactly.
day. But if you have your own business and you put your mind to it, you're actually making yourself richer, not just money. We're not just talking about like richer in money, but richer in kind of your self-development. And won't you just like that, just cheering with a bottle and glass of champagne somewhere in the Maldives, like in about 5 to 10 years time, and actually say, you know what, 5 years ago, I never even thought that this is gonna happen. So,
Exactly.
and
Exactly. Well, that's great advice. Just imagine. And a lot of people stay at imagine, but don't just stay at
yeah,
imagine. Like, write that down. Like,
oh
I
yeah,
always tell people, if you've got a goal, if you've got this thing that you want to do, as soon as you put it on paper, that becomes a reality, because then you're like, okay, now I can see it. And then you start thinking, okay, what do I need to do to actually achieve it? So don't just leave it in your mind.
exactly.
Don't just leave it on the paper, but actually start doing things that will get you to that goal. And if
Yeah,
you are not sure, what I do, I never used to do this, but now I do it all the time, is reach out to people. Speak to people that have the
yes,
results you want. Speak to people that are doing what you are, maybe this online business thing. Like, what is this? Everybody's talking about it. Is it a scam? Is it a that? Is it a this? I mean, it took me 4 months
yes,
before I actually went all in, because I was also skeptical. It's human to be skeptical. But I then went on a mission to speak to people. Listen, this is what I want to do. I see you doing it as well. How's it going? What? And you speak to different people until you get the answer. So I think
yeah,
what's happening in the world at the moment, there's a lot of fear. but don't be fearful of investing in yourself, bettering yourself, creating a better future for yourself. Yes, it's very scary. It's very, very scary at first, but like Dean said, if you're going to sit in the Maldives cheersing a glass of champagne and you're thinking back to yourself, if I didn't take that chance, then I wouldn't have been here today.
Yes, and the only thing you're gonna do is always think of the what ifs and the if only in 5 years time if you don't do anything. And it's good that you mentioned something to do with like not just imagining it. And when they're looking for a research and we're reaching out to people, you need to reach out on the right people. You know, it's like, do not ask someone who doesn't know how to drive to teach you how to drive.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, go for those business owners, go to the people that actually started the business and how they actually started it. You know, you can't just talk about it among your friends. Not all my friends are business owners. Half of my friends are. So I actually literally filtering who I actually speak about my business, because once until I get a return of investment on my business, as every business do, you need to invest first before you get profit. Some people will just follow suit because they can see, oh my God, it's working for Dean. What are you doing?
Exactly. Exactly,
Yeah.
my point. Before we jump off, Dean, is there anything else that you would like to say to any other person that's watching this? Any other advice, any motivational quote, anything that you would like to share?
Well, guys, if I can do it, definitely so can you. You know, be your own boss. You know, I'm not the 9 to 5 guy. I'm literally been called the weekender, the long day, the double shifter, the server life. You know, hospitality industry, you know, it's there, it's booming. However, try to think about you. Now it's time to think about you and what you can do to actually help yourself and obviously help your family, your friends, and go travel. You know, dream big.
Dream big. Yes, shoot for the stars. And even if you miss it, you're still getting somewhere.
Yes,
Awesome.
exactly.
Thank you so much, Dean. I really enjoyed this, and I'm sure that every single person watching this enjoyed this as well. And I will then definitely chat
Thanks
to
for
you
having
again
me.
soon. It's a pleasure. It's such a pleasure. It was
Yes.
a pleasure to have you. Thanks, Dean. Bye.